Hello everybody, my name is the Incinerator, or Ty for short, and today we're gonna get back into some more Genshin Impact. So let's head on in. Alright, let us continue on our way to Lisa. Like I said, the early games, there's not as much to do, and I do suggest you look out for these little, piles of rubble with, this dirt exposed right here. Because some of them do have diggable spots. And inside you will get a chest if you dig them up, or other things. I believe it is mostly chest. Alright, I believe we're going up there to the next zone. And I think after we finish this quest line... Oh. Now, remember what I told you about these little floaty boys? And ignore it. But ignore that too. And we're rewarded with a chest.
旅途中的收获。
Nice. I think we went up an adventure rank. And I don't think it was currently, or we're close to a level up.
热乎热乎嘛！现身吧，奥兹！啊！这个世界也在回应我吗？
Let go. Think we're gonna have to do some climbing. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. So tell me, how cold has it gotten for everybody? I do kinda live in Canada. I say kinda, but it's not a kinda. I do live in the north. And it's getting pretty cold here, so we're already pretty much in the negatives at some times. Right now it is currently 6, but it is also 7 o'clock in the morning. Elemental reaction, electrocharged. 2. Electricity intermittently arcs off of electrocharged beings, shocking hydro-affected opponents nearby. So you can actually... Let's go. Yes, I'm backtracking and I apologize. But with Electro, you can actually make a bottle of water electrified. This will deal electro damage to characters who step into it. I don't think... There. So you can basically make a shock puddle. And it's why electro-charged teams, which are those who use Hydro and Electro, are called taser teams. Fun Genshin fact. Now, this game is pretty heavily censored because of China's censorship around things. So if you try to look up her skirt, that's what's going to happen to you. It's just not there, and none of the characters are truly scantily clad. All got shorts underneath. You can kind of get away with it by doing like this, but it's got shorts on, so there's not really all that much to see anyways. It does get a little bit easier because with the statues of Mondstadt and Liyue, you do get more stamina. So the early games, your stamina is pretty low and it can be rough. But it does top out, and eventually you don't get any more stamina. I can kind of understand it because what would be the point of stamina if you just had a shit ton of stamina anyways? But it can be a pain in the ass. They do improve on traveling in later areas. I believe Leeway brings in like these flowers that are on the side of like tall mountains. And when you go into it, it gives you a burst of stamina. There's also stamina food, which both lowers consumption or gives you a boost to your stamina. In Inazuma, they have these little like electro things that if you touch them, you can kind of zoom around to different places. They also have boats. The best place I would have to say, though, is Sumeru. They have what are called four-leaf clovers that you can essentially George of the Jungle around them. You basically, if you're close enough and you're looking at it, you can hit T and it'll grappling hook you to it.
呀，小可爱，这么危险的事你也来帮忙，真令人感动。这段时间里有什么不明白的，都可以来问姐姐啊。
What kind of things does a librarian do? Why would a librarian be at the ruins? Let's be nice.
这个问题问得不错。基本上就是体力活和脑力活之外的事吧。
那究竟还是哪一种事啊？
Yeah, what does that leave, Lisa? Looks, beauty, bronze brains, beauty. Is that what you're hinting at, ma'am? You're wearing heels. It doesn't count. Yes, I know I am also wearing heels, but that's not the point. Elemental reaction: electrocharged water. Electro attacks can electrify bodies of water. Electrocharged water deals electro damage to all beings in the AoE. As I showed off earlier. I think this requires you to be level 6. No, it's level 5 again. And eventually we will unlock these little trials that kind of teach you. You get specific characters which you're given, and you gotta complete challenges within a time limit. We don't gotta worry about that yet. So for now, let's just jump right in. And once again, we'll be given Lisa as a trial character.
我也稍微认真一下吧。
But because we have Fischl, I don't think we're really gonna have to worry much about it.
果然，这座庙宇的深处有非常强的元素反应呢。小派萌，你能飘过去吗？
我去了也没办法吧？
说的也是呢。那我们一起找找路吧。
I might as well tell you a bit about Lisa, though, before we go. So, Lisa is a catalyst user, so all of her abilities do use electro. She's got her normal attack, which is just kind of like little electric shocks. And then she's got her charged, which is an AoE electric ability. And then we've got her F. If you tap her F,
别逃哟！
she sends out a little ball of lightning, which will then put a little mark on an enemy. If you hold
该
it,
垫一垫了。这是
she
惩
does
罚哦。
a large AoE, and when it's finished, it marks all of the enemies. And her burst, for Q, she puts down a lamp that creates a large circle, kind of the same size
Nice.
as this, but there's a lamp, so she doesn't have to worry about the fact that with this, you have to stay still with her held F ability. With her Q, it places the lamp where it originates from and will intermittently shock enemies within the AoE. She's actually not that bad of a character. I would say of the 3 trial characters, she's probably one of the strongest. Though Kea is also actually pretty good. But from my experience, Lisa might be the
就
strongest.
靠这股风上去吧。
Also, if you kind of want to break all of these at once, plunging attack for the win. And always check your surroundings. You don't want to miss out on any chests. Whoop, and away we go. Now, like I said, you can climb almost anything. And I do mean almost anything. These walls you cannot. Because you're meant to use the wind current to get yourself up. So there will be areas where you cannot climb and you cannot choose mechanics. But that isn't true in every situation. There are a lot of times when you can just cheese things. And how I like to kind of explore is the fastest points between A and B is a straight line. Does that mean I climb over mountains? Yes. That's kind of how I like to explore.
原来如此，是雷元素方碑啊！我来试试用雷电的力量激活它，你们要小心脚下哦。
Thank you, Lisa. I didn't know what that was before now. Though I guess if you're a new character, I understand. Use Lisa's elemental skill can be used to unleash by pressing or charged by holding. When the skill is fully charged, releasing it unleashes an area attack dealing massive electro damage. As I stated before. Oh.
以断罪之名，热乎热乎嘛！岩石的重量。
Bing bam boom. These starting domains are basically created to kind of show off characters. The starting characters that you get. But in the end, they're not truly necessary. Like, because I pulled... If you've got another character of the same element, because you will need to have at least a character of that element. So, like, how I didn't have a cryo character, I needed to use Kea. But outside of that, not really, like, because you can use any cryo character to freeze stuff, you can interact with the monuments, with any of the appropriately characters, like how I've been using Xiangling, or Fischl in this case.
是风场，接着从这里上去吧。
So outside of that, I don't think you actually need to use the trial characters. It seems that my allergies are not quite ready to let me go yet. Plunging attacks do quite a bit of damage. They don't do like an absurd amount, but they're not bad.
感电的敌人之间会产生连锁伤害，摩擦出的电火花伤害略少于突如其来的恋情。
So like you saw there, if all of the enemies are kind of in water and they're wet, if one of them has an electric on it, it will kind of do a chain like lightning attack. It'll just kind of continuously shock everybody who is affected by hydro.
你问我脖子上的这颗宝石是什么东西？不会吧？你是认真问的吗？这是神之眼啊，是被选择的人们用来导出元素力的装置。从神秘学的角度， 也可说是一种外置的魔力器官吧。
I'd say it's technically more of a catalyst. What they're referring to is her necklace. It has
明明是该喝下午茶的时间。
this right here. This is a vision. This is what allows people from this world to manifest their elemental powers. We're special. We don't need that because we're not from this world. I was gonna say time travelers. We're not from Teyvat. Where we're from? Don't know. But we did a lot of
连神之眼都没见过，你到底是从哪儿来的？是突然变异出正常智力的丘丘人吗？不，算了，毕竟丘丘人只是连吟游诗人都当不了的低智怪物，而你却是资质几乎可以胜任魔导师的好孩子哦。
Do we look like a hilichurl, Lisa? Really? That's just plain rude. As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted.
把这个击破，就可以回去休息了吧？一想到可以休息，浑身就充满了干劲呢。
As I was so rudely interrupted times two, I don't even know if we truly have like a home world. If we remember where that is. Because we're dimension travelers. We kind of just, boop. Here's this dimension. Cool, let's explore it. Oh, here's this new dimension. At least that's what I've got from what we know so far. I just realized we're gonna Animoculus.
东风之龙，南风之狮，北风之狼，西风之鹰。
I wonder if we might have gotten one from destroying each of those, and I just wasn't paying attention.
他们是蒙德四方之风的守护者，也是风神巴巴托斯的眷属。特瓦林，这就是风魔龙的名字。
Devaline.
在被人们称作魔龙以前，他曾是四风守护中的东风之龙。
Honestly, it's kind of understandable. I'm guessing it's been a long time since Devaline's been, not trying to destroy Mondstadt. It's back in their time. It's back before their time, I'm guessing. And I mean, he has kind of become a menace to society. It's sad to know that this dragon protected everybody, but is now trying to destroy that. That's very depressing.
这就是四方之风的力量中，特瓦林只能借用三方的原因了。从一开始，他就已经在燃尽自己了呀。
And that's even more depressing. Basically, it's been using the animal abilities from the other three, while also from within itself. It's basically cannibalizing itself. Why? Why would it go to such lengths?
我想，是因为恨吧。
哼，
是对蒙德的憎恨，以恨意为驱动，将恨意作为比风更强的力量，化作魔龙。
可是四风守护之一，为什么反而会憎恨他本该守护的那座城市呢？
身为蒙德人，真难自己说出口啊。拿去看吧，这是100年前发生的故事了。
Never mind. And Lisa now joins our party.
啊，可算是全部处理完了。这样，蒙德的元素流动、地脉循环就会恢复正常了吧？要回去看看骑士团的情况吗？当然，如果有什么别的有趣的事要做，我也可以陪你先去哦。
No, you'll see that sometimes in conversation, certain words like the knights in the last sentence were this like cyan blue. That usually means they're important and they're kind of telling you where you need to go next. So like knights to the Favonius. We're heading to the Knights of the Favonius headquarters.
对了，我们在四风守护的庙宇里又得到了散失的风神铜吧？
Okay, we only got the one. I didn't just, not notice the other two.
以后也许会收集的越来越多，不要忘了它们的用处啊！
Okay. We are now adventure rank locked. This won't happen very much later on. It really only happens between now and the beginning, I'd say, of Inazuma. Other than that, it tends to not happen too much. And before, I'd say level 35, which is, I believe the last time you get adventure rank locked is below level 35. I could be wrong. It's pretty easy to level up. There's various different ways to obtain adventure EXP and raise your adventure rank, whether by completing various quests, looking for chests, completing investigations in your adventure handbook, revitalizing leyline blossoms. You can obtain XP from these activities and increase your adventure rank. More challenges and opportunities will also open up to you as your adventure rank increases. So, story quests are limited to 5 stars. Except for Amber, Kea, and Lisa. They are the exception because they are the starting characters that you receive. So if you go to J, and you can go to World Quests. Oh! We will be joining the Adventurers Guild. Yes, thank you. Okay, goodbye. So if you hit here, and you hit all, you have your Archon quests. These are your main story quests. We require adventure rank 10. Then you have your story quest. Well, we don't have access to the 5-star ones. You do have access to Kaya's. Actually, his is the only one you have access to. And then Lisa's is available at 15, and I believe we have to do more storyline in order to unlock Amber's. Those 3 are the only 4-star ones that have story quests. The others have hangouts, which we will get to when they come. For now, we now have access to the entirety of the available map. Except this place. This is locked behind story. You actually have to do the Archon quest to unlock Inazuma. Because it's an island. Other than that, you can go anywhere you want, including this area, which is Sumeru, or Leeway. You won't be able to do the Archon quest because the Archon quest is chronological. You have to finish each part before you can unlock the next. So I can't just run to Leeway and unlock Leeway's Archon quest. I do have to finish Mondstadt first. Which is fine, honestly. So let's head back to Mondstadt. And then, honestly,
是愚人吐司的香气。是从猎鹿人餐馆的方向飘来的。松软的吐司面包切成厚片，铺满洋葱，烤到微焦之后放进嘴里。好，我决定了。事不宜迟，就去猎鹿人买一份愚人吐司吧。当然是你请客。
Paimon's obsessed.
美味美味！猎鹿人的愚人吐司真是太棒了。不过，其实这在蒙德城也算是一道配方公开的经典传统菜。有足够食材的话，以后你也可以试着自己做做看。你的手艺能不能超过猎鹿人的出品水准呢？我会很乐意当你的专属品鉴师。 不要让我失望哦。
Paimon's a foodie. Nothing matters to her but food. Now, we don't have what it takes to make this. But we can buy the ingredients from Blanche. Hey there, we have quality goods at honest prices. What do you have for sale here? Please have a look around. But as you can see there, it can get very expensive very fast. And early on, I'd say more is pretty important. So, I would hold off buying a lot. So I'm just gonna get a little bit. 10. I'd suggest not cooking things that require you to buy expensive stuff. So, like, you need flour, which you can make. That I can make. I can make 3. It requires wheat. Wheat can be found by breaking barrels, or it can be bought. But as you can see, it's a little bit expensive. So for now, honestly, we've got that. We've got that. I'd say the next thing that I would make would be this, because it increases crit rate. Now, you'll see that it's proficiency 2 out of 10. Once you reach proficiency... Oh, I've not cooked before. I saw that I had stuff, so I assumed that I had cooked before, and I told you what that was about. Okay, so when you cook something, you can choose... You hit cook. Currently, we only have manual cooking. When you cook, you want to hit that. That is considered a perfect. As long as you get within... So, say I went and I hit here. Suspicious. It'll be a suspicious sweet madame. It'll do much less than what it should. If you hit in here, it's a success, so it's a sweet madame. And you can see it restores more. And every time you cook and you hit in that spot right there, it is considered perfect, and you get what's called a delicious, and this is called radish veggie soup, so it is a delicious radish veggie soup, and it will give you the most bang for your buck, and also a proficiency when you have maxed. Let's see if I cannot. But with each perfect cook, you increase your proficiency. When you have... Do I have anything that I can max out my cooking for? Let's max out my steak proficiency. For basically gray, you only need 5. To do it. With each one, it gets congruently more. And I almost messed up because I was talking. My attention was a little bit divided there. One more. And now I have proficiency 5 out of 5. Automatic cooking for steak has been unlocked. So now I can do auto cook. And then I set the amount. I'm gonna put it at 1. And I hit confirm. And it's now automatically perfect. And you can queue up and have a bunch done for you. There are also certain characters have cooking specialties. So for steak, if I had Amber in here, she may make a special steak dish, which is usually better than the normal steak dish, even the delicious version. We'll obtain the flour. Now, to make the fisherman's toast, it would be good because it does increase the defense. It also requires tomatoes, and tomatoes are a little bit expensive, so I'd say for now, don't worry about that. Also, don't be like me and run into this bit and set yourself on fire. It's not recommended. For this, do I now have a... I can. So I would like to browse your items. And this is what you can use those little coins, sigils that we have been getting. So I can buy one of these, which are used to level up my constellation for my Animo Traveler. In each zone, the Traveler gets a new element. And each element has its own constellation that you have to level up. But they're usually very easy to get. You'll usually be able to buy one, and then the rest will either be gotten from doing the story quest or leveling up your statue of that zone, or in some places there's trees or other things that you have to level up and you'll get them from there. Most of the ones you get for the Animo Traveler are actually behind Adventurer rank, but I don't think it's too far locked. But you can also get... Now, it's different in each zone. So for Modestat, you can get some weapon ascension materials, your constellation. These are required for crafting swords at the blacksmith. You can also get them from completing Trouse domain challenges. You can also get Mora. Once you purchase up to the maximum of 60 for 1, you can infinitely do it for 2 Mora. You can also buy slivers, which are used for leveling up your other characters, like your characters that you would pull for or the ones that you were given at the beginning. I'm going to hold on to mine because I'm not quite sure currently what I will need. So for now, she also does have other things available, some special souvenirs. But they're very expensive. They are 150k. And they're usually just little gadgets that do funny little things in them.
那边的姐姐在向你招手呢，我们过去看看吧。
Thanks, Paimon.
欢迎来到冒险家协会，我已经观察你很久了。
That's a little scary.
观察？难道我的伙伴做了什么奇怪的事吗？
That's your job, Paimon.
没有没有，发现优秀的冒险者，这也是我的工作之一。
This is Catherine, by the way. We love Catherine in this house. We respect Catherine in this house. Just so you know.
从你的身上，我能看到与那些传说中的冒险家比肩的资质。
嘿嘿，这个我也看得出来。跟着他冒险，总感觉很安心。
不过对冒险家来说，阅历比资质更加重要。只有不断积累冒险阅历，才能提高冒险等阶的评定。事不宜迟，就由我为刚入籍的冒险家介绍一下。
等一下，我们已经成为正式的冒险家了吗？
放心，冒险家协会无需会费，也更不会强制冒险家履行什么义务。换句话说，加入协会是只有好处没有坏处的。
Alright then, or give me the benefits now. Let's be nice.
总之，每当冒险等阶提升，冒险家协会都会提供奖励。这就当做协会的新人礼了，请你亲自确认一下吧。
So we've gotten 2 levels since then, which we will receive Mora, food, and some weapon and character level experience. At rank 7, more Mora. We're gonna get a adventurer's tail feather and some more leveling stuff. So we can just hit claim rewards. And claim rewards. And voila! Now, we need to reach here to get to the next part of the story. So we've still got a few levels to go.
那么，容我正式欢迎你的加入，冒险家星星。这是你的冒险之证。
They have a handbook for that now? This looks more like a marketing pamphlet.
这么说也可以，但它的功能性更强。这上面记载了很多关于协会的委托和奖励的信息，同时这也是会员的证明，记得多多查看并妥善保管哦。哦，对了，还有一件事，冒险等阶的提升是会有瓶颈存在的，到那时就需要完成一些令人印象深刻的任务，来得到协会的进一步认可。
令人印象深刻的任务。
Paimon, how do you know what hazing means?
可以说是用来突破冒险等阶上限的突破任务吧。现在还不是时候，当你的阅历足够丰富，自然就会有博得大家认可的机会。那么今天就先这样吧，以后我们应该还会经常见面的。努力吧，冒险家，向着星辰与深渊。
Thanks for watching, everybody. That is all for this episode. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to be notified for future episodes. The Insane Eraser, signing off.